Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant. We are back for some more Pillars of Eternity with the Triple Crown difficulty settings. So, for the more astute of you who are watching these videos, you may have noticed me being a little bit silly in the last episode. And when I mentioned that my memory is not the best, I'm not kidding. So, when we went to complete the Dozens quest and we got access to the vendor that sold us these nice bracers, if you remember correctly, I purchased 2 items, not just one, but when I left the vendor, I equipped the bracers and I completely forgot about the other item, because it actually went into my stash, which is... where is it? Where is my item? Or is it somewhere here? Oh, it's here and I'm blind. This one, the Munakra Arret, grants Whispers of Treason and also plus 12 to will. So, the Grieving Mother has 54 will, he has 59. Honestly, I'm the one who needed it the most, but I like my perception boost. I'm just gonna give it to the Grieving Mother, I think. Or no. 2 intellect, 1 resolve, damage reduction to burn and freeze. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. He's gonna get a very good boost. And it looks very fancy as well. Okay, so let me just check. This is Charmed, correct. And Charm is fights on behalf of the enemy at reduced capacity. Charmed is exclusive, only 1 at a time. Okay. Okay, fair enough. So, I do remember there was a spore that confuses over here, and there's a troll kind of wandering around this area. I'm gonna see if I can pull the troll without having to deal with this just yet. There was a troll, right? I saw a troll. Am I wrong? Oh, no, there's a troll. Okay. I'm just using fast mode, so this goes by a little bit quicker. And this is more than enough. Okay, let's go fight the troll. You guys just shoot from over there.
Yes.
No. Stay there. Actually, you can go. Paralyze. And he's gonna die. Good. Why not? Let's help out with some damage reduction. Some damage reduction. It it didn't reach him. God damn it. Near death. Come on, just die. There we go. Okay, so that fight's done.
Let's see what lies this way.
And now we're gonna start dealing with these enemies right here. So, if I remember this, I think they confuse. And if they confuse, I can just do this. I can temporarily swap these helmets, and I'm gonna send it there. This very sexy Adair, look at this hat, to go and face these guys.
Hey.
And if they cast their confusion on him, we're gonna be safe. That's all that really matters, honestly. Hello, Mr. Spore. I think he tried to confuse him, but he failed. Immune, haha, bitch. And now he's a free kill. I love it. We got 100% knowledge in our... what are these guys called? Bestiary. What? What are they? Ah, Spore. Yeah, the Sporling and Dank Spore. The Dank Spore has a lot of crushing resistance as well as freezing. He is immune to confuse, charm, dominated, paralyzed, stun. Okay, so that's why the immune sign was coming up. It was from Borisane, from our rogue.
Alright then.
Okay. Nothing special over here.
Keeping an eye out.
And we're gonna do the same thing.
Following your lead.
Focus on it there. And we kill.
This.
I'm immune, my friend. Oh, he's immune to paralyze, right?
Your
That's
thoughts
right.
must flow.
This works out very, very well. Okay. Well, let's swap this again.
Hey.
Some silver. Oh, there's another one. And there's a Wodica hood. I think these are the helms that... No, not helms, the hoods. That the first guy that we read his soul was talking about. Okay, same thing again. Let's go. You go and fight.
Right away.
Okay.
Brave Dalton.
The only real downside of the lead spitter is that the range is shorter, but it's not that much shorter.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
You do see much. Potion of Fleet Feet. I kind of ignore potions throughout the game, but that's just me being a hoarder and me not playing as well as I should. Potions are very, very good. And if you are trying to do this, like the Triple Crown achievement, you should be using them. Just like I should be using them as well.
I'll see it done. It's finished.
Okay. What's behind door number 1? Ooh. Ooh. I don't like the skeletal wizards. Okay, let me see if I can pull these guys alone without the wizards and kill them and then ambush the wizards by themselves. But I should be here, right? Pew! Or actually, I have an idea. Let's see if it works. Ooh, that one came in. God damn it. Okay, so my idea is...
Yes.
This is my idea. Really? They cannot open doors? Okay, I was not aware of this, but I'm very happy that this is how it works. Come here. Come here. Thank you. This is a free kill. Yep. And now we simply wait for the wizards.
Hello?
And we ambush them. There's one wizard. I'm gonna be a bit cheeky here and I'm gonna ambush them with Into the Fray. Okay, let's try and knock him down. Yes! Ow, goddamn you. We pulled him, knock him down. He's down. Oh, we don't have line of sight for this. Don't cast that. Don't cast that. Okay. Thank you. And everything is good.
Let's see what lies this way.
Ooh, this way lies a skeletal fighter and a skeletal fighter, which is more than fine. Hello.
Brave Dalton.
Wow, did she miss? Oh, she hasn't shot yet. That's what happened. I was kind of wondering why the damage was so low. Yeah, they don't seem to be taking damage from my Holy Radiance.
Let's burn this.
I gotta investigate this. I find it funny that the skeleton is frightened. Oh! Western Barbican construction completed. Just the kind of thing to do in the middle of a fight. Okay, so I want to build some more stuff. Let me see. Providing you with the weapons and armor merchant. Parts of stuff. Random creature part. This is actually cool for crafting. Buy traps. Ooh, mechanics bonus. This can be very useful actually. Training grounds. The forum is gonna give me +4 to prestige. Yeah. The Warden's Lodge. I'm gonna try to increase my prestige to see if I can get some more income. Yeah, go for that. Okay.
Hey,
That's done.
see what I can find.
Let's investigate this little corner over here. Valoon.
Hey,
Oh. A fine warbow and some gold. You realize when I say gold, sometimes it's copper, but you get the idea. Okay. So this area has been cleared. Let's go for the next one. And I do remember I have the mechanics bonus for the trap that we could not disarm over here. Maybe this time we can. Narrow corridors.
Yes.
Nothing over here. This feels weird. Feels very weird.
hey,
What's over here there? Oh,
hey.
a lady? Or a man? Eorn. This small Orlan man appears to have pulled together some crates and scraps of cloth to make a rather sorry looking little camp. The thick fur on his limbs is matted and his clothing smeared with blackening grime. He looks startled as you enter, his eyes widening in alarm.
Welcome.
After a moment, however, he smiles weakly. Hello there. Wasn't expecting any visitors down in these parts. He glances around the dim room. All right. Right. Okay, I'm not gonna go for this option just yet. What are you doing down here? Eorn grimaces. I've been a little down on my luck lately. Didn't have anywhere to stay, so I thought I'd come down here. Nobody pokes around in the catacombs much. Not until you, anyway. Really? Because the catacombs seem more like the place to go when you want to disappear. Eorn looks around the dingy chamber and nods slowly, expression pained. Yeah, I guess that's plain enough to see. Eorn sighs heavily. Very well, it's true. I've been hiding from the knights down here. But it isn't what you think. He ducks his head. It was an accident. It's been hard for me here in Defiance Bay. I suppose I thought if I got involved in city business, if I made the right friends, it would get easier in time. And it did, really. I made a name for myself. A place. People actually listen to me when I talk. Well, they used to. People can get very passionate about these things. We were discussing, I think it was shipping agreements, of all the things to fight over. But this one night, this man, he got very angry. I think maybe he had a little too much at the inn. Eorn pauses. And I guess he didn't like an Orlan talking back at him. Yeah, because I think in this universe there's kind of a little bit of racism towards Orlans. Which I don't appreciate, because our tiny mustache man is an Orlan. I struck him. He came towards me and I hit him. And he went over like a tree. I guess he struck his head on the way down. Eorn lowers his gaze and shrugs helplessly. Turns out he was a knight. The Crucible Knights won't care how it happened. They just want me gone. They won't let me live long enough to see the rope. Please. He looks at you with a pleading expression. I just want to get out of this city. The second I can get money for passage, I won't trouble anyone again, I swear it. I'll live quietly. But you can't. Please, you can't tell them I'm here. So we can just be honest. Well, I'm benevolent, I guess we could say it. We could give him some money, which is even more benevolent. You're coming with me. The reward's worth much more than your sorry life. Or you could just kill him. Like I said, we're playing as a benevolent character, and I do believe his story, given that there is some racism toward Orleans, and he's one of my kind. So I'm gonna just help him out. I'm gonna give him some money, and I'm gonna buy his passage out of Defiance Bay. Oh, I forgot to read, sorry. Here, this should be enough to buy your passage out of Defiance Bay. Aeorn stares at you in disbelief. But this is... His face twists as he struggles for words. They said you were a kind soul, but I wouldn't have imagined. This will see me out of the city and well away. So, again, this is the effect of your reputation, which is something that Mr. Cup of Tea once asked about. There you go. This is how the game changes. He's telling us that they say you were a kind soul. He wouldn't tell us this if we weren't benevolent. We've lost 300 copper. I'm not sure I could ever thank you enough. But here, take this. I hope it's some use to you on your journey. You have my lasting gratitude, friend. I should get ready. And we've gained the item Rabbit Fur Gloves. I love the name. Task completed. Unwanted. Now, honestly, I don't remember what the reward would be to turn them in, but I don't really care at this point. I like this kind of role-playing, and I'm gonna help my friend. So, the Crucible Knights are calling for the arrest of an Orlan man named Aeorn. Apparently he's eluded capture thus far, though the Knights continue to hunt for him. In the Catacombs I found an Orlan, blah blah blah. Okay, it doesn't mention the reward from the Knights. The Edict of Arrest I found is recently dated. Aeorn could not have traveled far, and it seems unlikely he could get past the guards at the gates. I should look for him in the city. Okay. That's completed. Let's check out our reward. Rabbit Fur Gloves. Oh, this is actually quite good. God damn it. This is 10% extra critical strike damage. Whew. I have 20 dexterity. I think I'm gonna... I mean, crit is really what I'm all about. So not taking this is kind of... I'm gonna take it. I don't care. Okay. So we got the dexterity gauntlets for someone else. And I think they're gonna go for Mr. Durance. They could also go for Aloth. What do I prefer? I think I'm gonna give them to Durance, because Durance always has something to do in a fight, and Aloth is not as required. So having Durance act quicker is a good thing to have. And 10% more critical strike damage. Sign me up. I'm a rogue, so I gotta take it. Camping supplies, good to know. The smoldering fire is strewn with the meager remains of a recent meal. Fish bones, a molded ring of cheese, and a blackened bread crust. Fish bones and cheese. I mean, bread and cheese is awesome, but fish bones? This swabble little tent is barely standing. The queen that was and still is. Okay, I think this actually talks about Wodica, so I want to read this. Dear sisters, do you still remember your first deliverance? When you strangled your first wrongdoer, did you see the moment when life became death? Could you see the instance when your victim realized that Wodica forgets nothing? When Wodica takes back her throne, will you face her with pride, knowing you have held to your own oaths, or will you be amongst the word breakers? Wodica teaches vengeance and memory, and while she is in exile, we must be her eyes and ears that let no injustice slip from record. We must be clenched fists that silence the lying breath. When Wodica takes back her throne, all of the injustices that have slipped through the cracks of history will be righted. The villains hiding in plain sight amongst the innocent will feel the burned queen's choking grasp. Pray that you live to see the day when you will join our queen in this cleansing of the wicked. But now, my sisters, that we must be ready to see the end of our days without the return of our queen, for she will take back her throne, but it may be our daughters that serve the restored court. We must continue to live as we have always lived, hated by the other fates, Even though we place justice above our own well-being, at least the Empire of Adir still holds our creed in proper esteem. It is a proper sign of respect that by imperial custom, our clergy must oversee a contract for it to be legally binding. For who else understands the value of remembering one's oaths than Wodika's faithful? And let us not count our current blessings, for we still enjoy the support of the Paladin Order of the Steel Garrote. They too understand that society is built and broken by the oaths and rules of its people. When Wodika takes back her throne, my family will know that I was right to commit my life to the exiled queen. When Wodika takes back her throne, the Strangler will stop being a story told to frighten our daughters, but a hero woven into parables that teach our children justice. When Wodika takes back her throne, she will bring her flawless memory with her. Every transgression, every crime, and every injustice will be revealed. When Wodika takes back her throne, even gods won't be spared their due retribution. Yeah, I do encourage people to read the things in Pillars of Eternity. I'm not gonna read every single one I find because a lot of them are just kind of like, you know, random stories. But some of them are very much worth the time to read them. I don't understand why sometimes when I open my map, it takes so long to open. And other times it's instant. Weird stuff. Oh. Was ist das? A thingy. Okay. So, now that I have my mechanics bonus, I want to see if I can disarm this trap. But if not, we can just kind of go around as well.
Nice and quiet.
Nice and quiet.
It's finished.
Yeah, baby.
There's something ahead.
We got it. We got it. Oh, this is the same room. But these traps were more difficult, so I want to go this way. It kind of sounds like this is the way that's most protected, so it's probably weakest inside. Okay. I'm gonna put it there in the front here because I don't know what's over here. Friendly people, but one of them is a revenant, and we have Helig of Thein.
As you say.
Hey.
Okay. I revealed myself intentionally just so the conversation could start from this far away. I didn't want to bring it there all the way over here and then a fight would start and my people would be out of range. So this is Helig of Thein. A lone figure in tattered robes shuffles across the chamber, muttering under its breath. As you approach, the figure halts and swivels its head toward you. Its haggard visage is a labyrinth of wrinkles and sores overgrown by a moss-like beard. What's this? Who disturbs Helig's work? Its voice rattles and gurgles like that of a drowning man. Oh, crap, I forgot to ask about the lady to the other guy. So, before I go over here, I want to try and get some more information. What are you doing down here? Research. A hodgepodge of animancy and necromancy. I have peace and quiet as well as an abundant supply of subjects. Maybe I should read this in kind of like Edwin's voice. If there is nothing else, be on your way. What are those creatures behind you? Just a few personal subjects, sorry souls stuck in their mortal shells. Their flesh is as dead as mine, though their minds are not as well maintained. They flock to me like worms to drakes. They're not half as intelligent, but... He watches as one stumbles into a desk. They serve for amusement. So you're Helig. Dalton sent me to look for Rowena. He leans back and bursts into raucous laughter. His threadbare robes drift apart, revealing an amulet, and a ragged wound running from chest to throat. It spatters a black, viscous fluid on the floor with every cackle. That old fool is still alive. I do hope he still doesn't bear a grudge for that incident. It was so very long ago. Well, Dalton believes that Rowena is in the Catacombs. He seems to restrain another bout of chuckling. Oh, you could say that. If you were to retrieve my grimoire from Moedred, I'll let you in on the secret. This guy seems fishy as hell. What if I just beat the secret? I love these answers, man. Yeah, I could go for this option to try and get some more information out of this, but honestly, he's so creepy, and the fact that he's laughing after mentioning Dalton's lover being missing, I don't think he's a very good person at all. So what if I just beat the secret out of you? He smirks. You could try, but then you'll end up just end up dead. Interesting. I'm very tempted to just go at it, but I kind of want to learn some more about this. All right, what do you need me to do? Well, we gained experience, so that's worth it. When Animancy started gaining popularity, I came to Defiance Bay in hopes of finding a place where my research would meet with more acceptance. Worked at the Brackenberry Sanitarium for a few months when I met Moedred. He spits a glob of black blood on the floor. Let's just say Moedred and I didn't see eye to eye. Got so bad we were threatening to kill each other on a daily basis. Obviously, that bastard made good on his threat. He runs a jagged fingernail along his oozing wound. Sank a dagger into my chest while I was sleeping and dumped my body in the catacombs. Well, he's not a very good person then either, Mr. Moedred. And you used Animancy to save yourself? Oh no! Helig waves a half-rotted hand. This is magic. And it took a great deal of rather timely preparation, I must say. Even so, it merely anchored my soul to this decaying husk. Nothing like the life that was stolen from me. Helig lets out a rattling sigh. And yet you see what a little Ingwithan magic can do. My mind is my own, my memory is fresh, and my work can continue. And Moedred keeps all that is precious to him in a trunk in his laboratory. Just as he stole my grimoire, he offers you a key with a claw-like hand. On your way to Brackenberry Sanitarium, then, bring me my grimoire and my revenge, and you can have your Rowena. He chokes on a burbling chuckle. Well, farewell.
Hey.
Okay, so he does not appear to be hostile at the start. Dust and cobwebs have been swept aside for various alchemical implements. Though coated with rust and grit, they look recently used. Okay, this is not stealing. A tarnished locket. This silver locket is dented and tarnished. A faded portrait of a young nobleman still rests inside. His face has been worn away by time. I actually don't want to take this yet. It might be relevant for the quest. A grim assortment of rusty blades adorns this table. And the scattered feverish notes detail various animantic procedures and rites of necromancy. Okay, so we have this entire area cleared out. We're gonna go outside, and we are going to go to Bracken. Actually, we're gonna talk to Dalton first to see if he has anything to say about this guy, and then we're gonna go to Brackenberry Sanitarium and talk to Moedred to see what he has to say about this encounter as well. And if you guys remember from an episode in the past, I did go into the sanitarium and there was a room with a guy that had a chest, and I think I mentioned that I did not want to interact with the chest just yet because it was used for something else, and this is that something else. So this is where Dalton is, I believe. What say you, Dalton?
Well met, friend.
Oh, did you find that I'm still searching? Okay, so we cannot inquire about the guy. What's the name of the guy? Helig. Okay, so we're gonna go to Brackenberry. And we're gonna enter the sanitarium, which is here. And see what the other guy has to say. let's go over here. Because even though Helig sounds a little bit crazy, if this guy really did kill him in his sleep, he must not be a very good person either. So it's right here. Moedred.
Good day, stranger.
Yes. Does the name Helig mean anything to you? Moedred starts. Helig? I mean, a colleague of mine. He was primarily a necromancer, but he was involved in animancy too. He worked at the sanitarium for several years. I dare say everyone here has heard of him. He clears his throat. He left his post recently. I believe he was seeking new opportunities in the Valian Republics. He leans forward. The advances they're making in animancy really are quite remarkable. Surely you've heard. He coughs again. Perhaps you haven't. Do you know a woman named Rowena? No. I don't get out of the sanitarium much. About Helig. I've heard it differently. He slides his spectacles down his nose. Just what are you insinuating? If this is your idea of a joke, I assure you, it's in very poor taste. Crack your knuckles. I insinuate nothing. Subtlety isn't my style. No. So you didn't sink a blade into his chest and dump him in the catacombs? He'll be relieved to hear it. Moedred pales. How could... He sighs and runs a hand over his hair. Very well. Yes, I killed him. I killed that beast because nobody else had a spine for it. He was a madman. Years of perverse experiments, twisting healthy souls, torturing damaged souls, and for what? He flayed the essence from grandfather indigents for his amusement. He waves down the hall. If the public had known half of his deeds, they'd have razed this place to the ground. He jabs his finger on the desk. He used the sanitarium to disguise his own sick proclivities. He brought shame on us all and put the entire discipline at risk. I regret nothing. He calms down and sizes you up. Anyway, now you know the whole grisly story. Well, it kind of checks out with what we saw, right? The other guy does seem like a creepy bastard, so maybe killing him wasn't all that bad? So let's try to side with him. Helig's soul returned to his corpse through sinister magic. He wants revenge. No doubt. He spreads his hands wide. But now you understand why I killed him. Why someone had to. If he sent you, I only hope I can convince you to return and slay him once and for all. Helig said you stole a grimoire from him. Moedred's brow furrows. His grimoire? What's that madman been telling you? Give him the key. He said you kept it in that trunk over there. Moedred takes the key with a trembling hand, his eyes darting to the trunk behind you. You've been misled. There's no grimoire here, and Helig never intended you to find one. That wretched thing has an insatiable hunger for blood, he shudders. Thank you for denying him. I hope I can convince you now to return and slay him once and for all. He has something I need. I don't know what he's promised you, but he's already lied to you about the grimoire. I don't have it. If what I've told you about that evil, deceitful man hasn't swayed you, I don't know what else to say. He turns back to his papers. Trust him at your own peril. Okay, so we gave him the key, but we can still interact with this, and it doesn't seem to be like a stealing thing or anything like that.
Hey.
So I think I remember what's over here, but I'm gonna try and show it off for you guys, and hopefully we can still open it. In a corner of Moedred's lab rests a large weathered trunk. It seems likely to contain something important, if only by virtue of its size. It does look very ominous, doesn't it? And I do love these images. Examine the trunk more closely. The lack of dust on the trunk's surface and the long scratches on the tile flooring suggest that the trunk is frequently used and moved throughout the laboratory despite its considerable size. Deep yet narrow gouges score the wood at the edges of the trunk. They look like claw marks. Open trunk. A heavy lock holds the trunk shut. It's too sturdy to break and the mechanism looks too complicated to pick. You'll need to find the key. Ah, okay. Okay, so
Hey,
we can
let's
no
see what
longer
lies
open this. I mean, maybe we could if we kill this guy, but I'm not gonna do that. But I think if you open this up, what happens, it's simply a revenant comes out and attacks the person who opened the trunk. Maybe it's also trapped, but I think that's what happens. So nothing really major. I kind of wanted to show it off, but that's what happens. So, now that we were properly convinced by Moedred that Helig is an evil guy, we're gonna go back and kill him. Which was always my intent, given that he was a creepy little man. So, Copper Lane. I don't expect him to be too much trouble, but I'm gonna play it carefully nonetheless. Just in case. And we also have the second floor of the Catacombs to check out. Although, I don't think we have a quest yet for anything down there. But I might just go and, you know, sniff around, see what's there. Okay, so there's only Helig and 3 Revenants, so I don't really need a choke point for this fight. I'm simply going to go and just fight in the open space. That way, if he also starts casting some nasty magic, I can just spread my team around and we should be safe. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen.
Hey.
It there is gonna be the one over here to kinda attract the attention of the undead.
Yes.
And everybody else is gonna stay away.
Yes.
I'm gonna go over here. You can stay back here.
Yes.
You go over there. You go over there.
Hey.
And let's talk to him again. Did you find my grimoire? Moedred told me about your experiments. I can't let your research continue. Helig lets out a bubbling hiss of frustration. You sound just like him. No ambition, stuck on his pet project of his and his self-righteous sense of ethics. If it were left to people like Moedred, animancy would be little more than sorting in with and pottery. We'd be as stuck in time as those hut dwellers. He gestures at the table in front of him. Everyone wants immortality, but no one wants to know what it costs. A tremor passes through him. He clutches at his stomach. Costs indeed. There's a purpose yet that you can serve. Now, in my opinion, if you want to play this super duper extra safe, I think you can just avoid this conversation and attack him from afar, but that's not really necessary, and I do like showing the dialogue here. So, naturally, he's a spellcaster. You know, he looks like it in every single sense. We're gonna go for him. I'm kind of expecting him to just kind of melt, but let's see what happens. We're gonna get a painful interdiction over there.
Great.
Goodbye, my friend. Okay, let me just see because this is fun. So he was casting Consulhaut's Corrosive Siphon. He took 7 pierce damage from Aloth, whatever. He took 10 crush damage from it there. He got knocked down. So he's prone. Kinda grazed only for 23 pierce damage, and then Grieving Mother completely destroyed him. Jesus Christ. The lead spitter on unarmored targets is so devastating. Well, let's continue. And this time, let's try this again. Ah, there we go. Now they take damage. Okay, that's what I wanted. You know what time it is, my friends? It's time for literature. We're gonna send some books. We're gonna kill them all. And what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? You can kind of toss out some phantom foes to flank them. Why not? Phantom foes, flanked. So every hit's gonna be a sneak attack. And there we go. Fight done. And he has some interesting items over here. Oops. So I just picked up the necklace. I can't show it here, but yeah, I picked up the necklace. A soul prowls within the bloodstone like a caged stelgar. It's filled with a fierce, restless energy. Who are you? You see an image in your mind of a woman in heavy leather armor bearing twin daggers. Next to her is a man, young and handsome, who calls her Rowena. For those of you who like Mistborn, this could be Vin and Elend. Sorry. The vision shifts to a windswept plain next to a lake. 50 men and women in matching leathers lay dead, their bodies contorted and deformed by some sinister sorcery. Rowena falls among them, her body collapsing next to the young man you saw earlier, Dalton. She's too weak to speak, but the name Dalton appears in your mind. A lone figure strides across the battlefield, barely bothering to step over the corpses. His eyes are filled with an unnatural light and fixed on Rowena. He reaches out to her, and what little life remained in her body departs. When he takes the amulet from around her neck, you feel her anguished soul trapped within it. With a final contemptuous glance at the fallen Dalton, the man departs. Let me just check this again. He reaches out to her, and what little life remained in her body departs. When he takes the amulet from around her neck, you feel her anguished soul trapped within. Okay, so yeah, the medallion has her soul, and this is why we can kind of speak to her and see the events. Dalton sent me to find you. The soul pulses with warmth. It fills your mind with memories of a young man who's both bold and generous. But fury and despair gnaw those images away until all you can feel are cold crimson walls pressing against you and something loathsome feeding off of you as the years fade into decades. What do you want? You see an image of the amulet shattering and the soul inside rising and dissipating among the stars. So she wants me to free her. Okay.
Hey.
I wonder if Dalton wants the amulet for himself, or if he can free her nonetheless. Okay, I'm gonna take this fine scepter. I'm gonna take the fine robe into my stash, and I'm gonna take the grimoire into Mr. Eloth. We're also gonna pick this up. And let me just check something here. You have a fine wand. This is crush and slash. This is pierce and crush. Okay, I think I prefer this one.
Hey.
Okay, so before we go explore the second level over here. Oh, man, this is something I don't really like. Baldur's Gate does the same thing. Honestly, I would prefer if this just said down to the second level, or just said stairs down, and once you actually find out that this is the Temple of Vodica, then it would show the name, because this kind of spoils it. It doesn't really spoil it because we've been getting hints that this is actually something related to Vodica, and there were her followers around here. We also picked up that book and read about the Vodica followers, and the soul from the first guy mentioned people in robes, so it's not that surprising, but still, I would prefer if they didn't show Temple of Vodica right there. Hello, Dalton.
Hail and well met.
Hail and well met. Did you find her? This is the evil route. Helig bound her soul in this amulet. Since I found it, I'm keeping it. Show him the amulet. Yes, but not as you expected. The old man studies the amulet. Rowena used to wear this. Where did you get it? Even now he feels the soul of his beloved, recognizes the spirit that haunts his memories, his dreams. He would happily drown in them. Yet, what kind of fate is it for his beloved, trapped between lives for his comfort? And here we have the option to give him the amulet from your old adversary Helig. He trapped her soul inside it. Or from Helig, who's kept her soul trapped inside it for decades. It's time to set her free. And this is what her soul wanted. So I'm gonna go with this. Dalton's eyes widen in horror. No, please. After searching for her for so long, he gazes at the amulet. Just to have her close to me, to visit her in my dreams. That would be enough. Enough for you, but what about her? If you'd keep her trapped in this amulet for the sake of your own comfort, you're no better than the wizard who imprisoned her. This is like straight up, honest, and fair. So this is going to be the option I'm going to choose, but I'm just going to explore the other ones. We can give him the amulet. If it's really what you want, then take it, or we can destroy it. This isn't your choice, or you know what to be released, and I'll honor her wishes. Okay, I'm not going to go for this just yet. I want to try and convince him first. Dalton's expression withers. You're right. Please, let me do it. He draws a club with a trembling hand and crushes the amulet. As the gem cracks, you feel essence rush from it. So, you see, it's good to give him a chance to do right by his lover, rather than just smash the thing. The old man looks at the shattered gemstone. Thank you for showing me reason. Perhaps she'll wait for me in the next life. He looks at his hands shaking. By the flame, she won't have to wait long. Oh, you poor man. We got some experience, which is cool. Please, take this. He hands you the club. It's from my old adventuring days. I think it's time I finally let them go. Quest completed. A voice from the past. Helig had imprisoned Rowena's soul in a bloodstone amulet. I convinced Dalton to destroy it to set her free. Lovely. I like this quest quite a bit. Man,
Okay.
Really, the writing in this game and the side quests, and it might seem simple, but I really feel it's well done. It's really worth exploring it. I like this game a lot. So, let me see. What did we pick up? We picked up the club. Dial Dibita. Okay. Unique one-handed club, fast, deals crushing damage, has extra accuracy and damage, and plus 20% damage against prone, stunned, or flanked enemies. This is actually a really cool weapon for like a melee rogue, I guess, because of the flank, naturally. It's also got extra accuracy, which is, again, good for a rogue. It's quite nice, but I don't really have anyone to use it right now. Yeah, it doesn't really fit in any of my characters. So I'll just place it right here. Alright, and before I forget, I gotta check the grimoires. This one is an old one, but this one is Helig's grimoire. Ooh, what do you have? You have a Ray of Fire, which is a level 2 spell. Creates a scorching ray of flame between the caster and the target, inflicting continual burn damage to the target and anyone caught in the ray. So yeah, the problem here naturally is that this is not party friendly. But it might not be that bad. 10 seconds, so 100 to 170 burn damage? It's not bad for a level 2 spell. I think I'm gonna take it. And the other one is Console Hot's Draining Touch. This is a very important wizard. So, drains 31.8 corrode damage as endurance. If successful, sets weakened. This one isn't as interesting. It's a cool heal, but it's not really that. And it's against Fortitude. How much gold do I have? 7,946. I do like having spells. I just can't help myself. It's... I'm not gonna... No. I won't take this one though. I won't. I will store it in my stash in case I need it for later. Same thing with the Rolling Flame, which I don't think I will ever use. It's not bad either. But yeah, this can go away. And this one doesn't have anything special. I do like having a spare grimoire, because in certain events I might want to have 2 separate selections of spells. I mean, I can just remake my grimoire in between encounters. Yeah, but still, I could have like a a full damage grimoire prepared and then a full control grimoire prepared, and I can just swap them out whenever I want. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this one with me, and I'm just gonna store the rest.
Hey.
Okay, so I think it's about time this episode ended. We got some quests done, we got some action done. The first level of the Catacombs is now completely completed. Pardon the redundancy here. We have some, well, not some, we have a lot more quests to do. I'm gonna have to, before I start the next episode, check out which of these I'm gonna go for next, and then we're gonna start going elsewhere. I might just go down into the Temple of Vodica and check it out if I decide that's the next destination, but we will see. As always, thank you so much for being here in the channel with me, watching some Pillars of Eternity. I hope you guys are having fun with this run. If you have any questions, suggestions, anything at all, leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the content, consider subscribing for some more videos coming in the future. Videos are coming out every single day, and it's a free and easy way to support the channel. As always, I hope to see you guys in the next episode, and until then, stay safe everyone.